Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is the natural Jordan Collins coming live from the Evolve Arena here in UCW. And basically, I'm going to give you a quick chat on the reasons I've been away recently. Now, as most of you know, recently UCW did have its pay-per-view, UCW Royal Riot, which is basically our Royal Rumble. Now, at that match, we had a great pay-per-view, some great matches, and as far as I know, a very good pay-per-view, a very good Royal Rumble match at the end of it. But here is the issue. On the same night, I was actually down to face Dominic Pincinelli for the Champion of Championship match, Champion of Championships belt. Something that, if I'm honest, wasn't planned. The whole match was kind of thrust upon myself, and I was expecting it. I wasn't expecting to defend my title. I was just expecting to basically, get in there and help the Royal Riot and supervise it. But obviously, some people in the roster had ideas. So I was basically forced into a match to defend my Champion of Champions belt against Dominic Pincinelli. Now, this wasn't down to the decision by the GM. It was actually down to pressures from one or two of the roster, plus Dominic Pincinelli himself, saying that he earned the shot and that he wanted the title match. But I'm not bitter. I'm not going to be, slagging him off, because he did beat me at the end of the day. And obviously, me and Dom have got a bit of a history. We've been one of the greatest tag teams in UCW for a long time. But that's not the whole reason why. I'm not out here to moan about my loss. I'm not out here to talk about how I should have won it and things like that. What I'm out here is to basically announce that from tonight, the Natural has now officially retired from in-ring competition here in UCW. Now, I know a lot of people are probably expecting this, and I hope as well a few people are actually quite shocked at this result. But as you know, at the pay-per-view, I did leave straight after the match. I got in the change rooms and a shower, and I left. And that was just down to the fact that I felt really, really bad. I'd let a lot of people down. We had a whole thing going on, and I let a whole lot of people down. Now, I'm not one to take things personally, but that championship was probably the one belt I really held with the most pride. Now, the reason I'm retiring from UCW, and I'm not actually, revoking my rematch clause, is when I left the pay-per-view, I had a chance to think. I had a chance to think about what I've done here in UCW, and I have pretty much done everything. I'm the Hall of Famer. I've GM'd. I still am a GM. I have won every single title, apart from the Undisputed title. But I've won everything else. And again, I am a Hall of Famer, a UCW Hall of Famer. Now, for me, that was the biggest honour of all my career here. And to have the Champion of Champions belt as well, again, was just to cement my legacy here. I have been the one person who have brought so much to this company. I've brought some of the greatest rivalries here. I'm talking, we've had myself and Zidane Nash, DT Bomb versus Joey Cole, Eminem. The list goes on and on and on. I've been part of some of the greatest matches. I was part of the first ever Four Corners of Hell match. I've been part of the Gauntlet matches, and I've done everything here possible in UCW. So the time I took off, it gave me time to reflect on what I've done and how on what I've done with my career here in UCW. And like I said, I've done pretty much everything. But that's not the end, don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, I have retired from in-ring competition, which, a lot of people would probably be very happy about that. I can imagine a lot of the guys would probably say it's about time. But you say what you want, guys. If it wasn't for people like myself, there wouldn't be a UCW. There wouldn't be a Nitro if it wasn't for people like myself. It wasn't for JJ. We have set the bar so high, and that match at Royal Riot showed me that. And it is time that myself, I stepped down, I stepped away from the competition, I stepped away from this ring, this square circle, and hand the torch over to people like Tarian, to hand it over to people like Money Making Dario, people like Wolf, even the Divas division, Nightshade, Jessica, guys who are up and coming superstars here in UCW. So, it's time for me to take a back seat. But I'm not going to be totally gone from UCW, don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm only stepping out of in-ring competition, although I will still remain the GM for Evolve Wrestling. Yes, that's UCW Evolve Wrestling. Now, as you can see in the match card this week, we've got a very full match card this week, and pretty much all our matches are #1 contenderships match. Plus, our main event, we will be putting the current tag team champions, we will be splitting those two up because they have been too dominant here in this tag division. So, we're going to be taking Stone Cold and we're going to be taking Dario and we're going to be splitting them up. And each of those guys are going to pick one of the up-and-coming stars here in UCW and they're going to challenge each other for the tag titles. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our main event here in Evolve Wrestling. But I want to leave this quickly just saying, my time here in UCW has been fantastic. If it wasn't people like the UCW roster, if it wasn't people in the UCW universe, I would not have been as successful as I am. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. And like I said, I'm not going anywhere far. I will still be around, but as of tonight, the Natural has officially retired from in-ring competition. Thank you.
Take it slowly.